Hi all, and welcome back. Today we'll be looking into a Dynamo script in which we can delete all rooms that are, not enclosed, not placed, redundant rooms. Basically, any room that doesn't give us an area value because it's either conflicting or with another room, or it's, it for whatever reason just does not give us a value. So uh, we'll be building. Now, there's two different ways that I'll do this. Both ways handle this process. Well, actually, I wouldn't say handle, but they'll delete delete these rooms in different ways. So you can see I've already modeled up some rooms. Both, some rooms that have been placed, some rooms that have been deleted, some room that's not enclosed, and your redundant room here. So let's start with our script. So we'll start with categories. If I can spell today, go categories. And we will set that to, of course, rooms. Next, we need all elements of the category. So grab all the rooms. Next, we'll need a filter by bool mask. We'll plug that into the elements, all elements of category. And now the actual node that will actually delete our rooms. And we'll plug that into the in of our bool mask. So this is basically I guess, the part of the script that will remain constant between the two different ways we can do this. So the first way I guess we can do, or what we can do is do it the easiest way. So we want, so we want that. Now we want room location. So this one, get room location. And from the all elements of category, we'll plug the elements into the room. And next is object is null. And we'll plug that into the point of the room dot location, and then the object is null from the bool out to the mask. So basically, that's it. So I'll just freeze the elements dot delete so we can see kind of what's going on. And actually, for just for purposes of showing you the script, we'll get the element get parameter value by name. So you don't actually have to do this part. It's just to easily show you, I guess, the what rooms have been gathered. Okay, and we'll grab the name of those rooms. Oh. All right, so let's hit. Let's set the rooms. Yep, we'll hit run. So you can see here, it's got all of our rooms here. This is the room name. Obviously, it's not in the same order, but we don't really need the rooms to be in order for this, for both of these scripts. So the room location. Now you can see here, rooms at index 0 and 7. So room, and room 6. So we come over here, we can see room not placed and room 6 is not placed. So that will bring up a null value because it's not hasn't been placed in the actual model. Whereas our room that has not been closed and our redundant room are still in the model. So it's still giving us a corresponding value it's not coming up with null, but it's still giving us a corresponding value. Now over in our object as null, we'll expand you. You can see that it's taken these values and given us a true or false value, whether whether this value equals null or not. So obviously, room at index 0 and 7 have a null value. That's why it's coming up with true, and the rest are false because they actually have, an actual value that's not null here. And obviously, these are our two rooms that have the null value because this will bring out our true into the mask, and we'll transfer those two rooms through to the in output, I guess, and to the to the delete elements node. So let's unfreeze that. Keep an eye on this room and this room. We'll hit run, and there we go. Those rooms that were coming up with the null value or the not placed value have been removed, but our not enclosed and our redundant room are still visible, well, are still in model. So let's just undo that. Now let's change this a little so we can delete all rooms that aren't giving us an area value. So that includes the non-enclosed, the redundant rooms, and the not placed rooms. So we don't need these two. What we do actually need is these two. Just copy and paste them. And for the string value here, instead of name, we'll go by area. So just type in area. So grab that. We'll just stretch that over a little bit more. And what we need is a less than operator. So we'll plug the element value by name, so the area into the X, and then to the Y. You can use a sliding block here, but if it's always going to just remain the one value, and it's always going to really be 0, just a code block will do. We'll plug that into the Y value. Just bring that underneath here. Just bring that over here, and just for the sake of this, we'll get another watch node. There we go. Right, now, next thing we need is, again, object is null. And we'll plug that into the bool of our less than node, and then from the object is null, and into the mask. Now we'll freeze the elements again, the elements.delete, and we'll hit run. So you can see this time we've still got all of our room data here, every room in the project. Now here, where we've grabbed the area and displayed the value of the area, you can see how the rooms that have not been placed, the non-enclosed, the redundant rooms, don't have a value at all. So that obviously they correspond with here, with this list here. So obviously I'll just say room 0 at index 0, it's not placed. Room 2 is 25 square meters, which is at index 1. Index 1 here is 24.6, so rounded up, 25 square meters. Room at index 2, which is room 1, 10.99, so 11 square meters. So you can see that it's gathered all the area values of these rooms, displayed it here. Now obviously here, for our less than, so it's getting all the, obviously all the areas of the room and comparing it to this value, and it will list out, you know, if it's obviously if it's true, if it's more than that, sorry, if it's less than that, uh, and when I say less, I mean, you know, like a negative number or something that's less than zero, will obviously come up with true. If it's obviously if the room area is higher, we'll come up with false. And obviously, if there's no area at all, it's going to come up with null. So just to give you an example, I'll place this at, let's say, really have nothing in between, do I? 11, let's say 11.2. So if I just run that again, you can see now that index 2 and 5, 2 and 5, which is room 1 and room 4, are coming up with the true value because they are actually below this value that I place here. But like I said, we're looking to remove all rooms that, you know, don't have an area value, so that, you know, been either not placed, not enclosed, or redundant room. So they'll have to be 0. So we'll just refresh that. All right. Now from this list, again, we have our object as null. So from this list, it will translate to, obviously our false will equal false in the object as null, because uh, it's not a null value, and our null values are actually true. Null, 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 true, 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 true. And from that, it will come out into our filter. So in our in list, this is all of our true true values, or our rooms that come out true, and these are all our false. And then obviously all our true will go out to the in, which will go to our delete elements. So keep an eye again on the rooms schedule. I will unfreeze you, run it again. And there we have it. All rooms that have not been or don't have a area value have been deleted. Now, there's probably other different ways you could probably handle this. I think this is maybe the simplest and easiest way of doing it. Traditionally, I use this one a little bit more than I would say the other, because once I once I delete rooms, I'd say I'd hardly ever go back to put them in, and if that does happen, it will be, you know, much later on, and you just might as well uh, place that room back in manually. I mean, that's just me. Um, so yeah, so that's really how you do it. Nothing too hard, and hopefully this will help you, you know, organize and, you know, your room schedules, and uh, a lot easier, and, you know, not having to worry about going through filters and stuff through the actual schedules to, you know, actually hide those rooms. So so hopefully that all helped. Yeah, so thanks all. Don't be scared to hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next script that we'll make. So until then, see you.